Matthew 26, 37 through 38. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me.
So listen to what he said here. It said that he began to be very sorrowful and heavy. So what is heavy? And I like that word heavy because, see, obviously now, Jesus didn't have his own anxiety, right? Jesus didn't have his own fear. Jesus didn't have all of the worries and stress and all of that stuff that we deal with. Jesus didn't deal with those things, right? But where did those come from? Those were our anxieties. Those were our fears. Those were our stress. Those were all of our mental health issues coming upon Jesus. All the depression, right? All of the anger, all of the whatever it is you can think of, right? And then even beside that, just heaviness, just weight, the stuff that we carry around with us, right? We have to understand that all of these things came upon Jesus, and his blood was flowing from his brow for all of our mental health issues, all the things that we deal with in our head, all the things that we deal with in our mind. None of this was his. All of this was ours. How can I say that? And think about this. He became sin too, right? He never sinned. Did Jesus ever sin? No. How do we know that? Because if he did ever sin, his blood had no power. So when he died, it would have been for nothing. But he became sin. So all of our sin came upon him, and we understand that, and they beat him and they killed him for our sin. But also all of our mental health issues, all of our strain, all of our anxieties, all of our fears, all of our heaviness, all of our worries, all of that anger, all that depression, and all of those things. Sometimes, I like that word heaviness, just the weight, because sometimes this stuff just weighs you down, right? So all of this weight that we carry.
And even our health issues, because say he was bruised for our...
Right. But right here, though, but in this part right here, this wasn't even for the physical sickness yet, right? Think about this. His body had not yet been struck with a whip, right? They hadn't put the thorns on his head yet, but yet blood began to flow. So that blood is for your mental and emotional health. Y'all got that? We already know about it. We talked about that before, right? So now, when you look back at the other verse, it said there was these great drops of blood. His sweat was like great drops of blood pouring down his face, right? And then it says in verse 38, it says, Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death, right? Even unto death. What Jesus was saying here is that he has so much strain and emotional and mental pressure and weight on him, he literally felt like he was going to die. Are y'all with me? He felt like he was going to die.
It's a lot.
That is a lot, right? So Jesus sweat great drops of blood as he received our anxiety, our mental and emotional sickness. So the blood pouring down his face, listen to this. The blood that pouring down his face, that represents the things that we go through on the inside. What's up, man?
They're trying to sneak in. They're trying to...
So, the great drops of blood that came down his face, right? Y'all with me still? This represents all of the emotional and mental strain that he was experiencing at the time. So for our purposes tonight, the great drops of blood that poured down his face represents our own emotional, mental, stress, soulish issues that we deal with, okay? So here's my point in all of this. It said that he went and talked to the disciples to wake them up. Just say, why can't y'all pray? Wake up and pray with me just for a little while. I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to pray. I need y'all to focus. I need y'all to pay attention. But they were so tired they didn't get up, right? So this is my point. If I came to you right now, Elder Lovett, and there's blood pouring down my face, right? Because it said great drops of blood. It didn't just say a little pebble, a little bead. These were great drops of blood. So blood was pouring down his face, according to the scriptures. And I say, look, I need your help. I need you to pray with me. If you will see that, if you can see that on my face, you don't wake up. I'm like, oh, what is he going through? What happened? What went wrong? But for some reason, the disciples couldn't see the blood that was on his face. They couldn't see what he was going through. They couldn't see his anguish. They couldn't see his suffering. Right? They couldn't see the pain. They missed it.
Yeah, they didn't understand how deep this was.
They didn't understand how deep it was what he was going through. So this is the question tonight. So we're going to be a little intimate tonight. So anybody that's not here with your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, you can just close your eyes and just ask this question and just talk to them even though they're not here. But I want you to look at that person next to you, and you're going to have to just close your eyes and pretend you're talking to your beautiful wife. And you got to pretend you're talking to your beautiful husband. He is beautiful, tell him I said that. And ask that person a question. So to look at him and say, can you see the blood on my face?
The blood on my face.
Do you understand what we're asking? Yeah. Do you understand what we're asking here?
Oh, yeah.
Can you see what I'm going through? Can you see what I'm dealing with? Can you see the pressure that I'm carrying? Can you see my anxiety? Can you really see the weight of what I'm dealing with right now? So that's the question. Can you see the blood on my face?